Hello fellow woodworkers and welcome to this week's edition of the Garage Workshop and our July video blog. Let's get going. So in this week's video we're going to talk a bit about the channel and how it's grown, look at some other woodworking YouTube channels that I've been looking at this month, and then we're going to move on to what I think is the biggest Parkside tool event that we've had certainly this year, but for a long while. Now, just before we start, one of my neighbours has decided to take his chainsaw out and destroy every tree in his garden. So apologies if you hear a little bit of background noise. But let's kick off with our channel this month. So fellow woodworkers, as you'll know from my YouTube short, July was the month that the Garage Workshop broke 1,000 subscribers. I cannot get over to you how amazed I was that I'd reached such an important milestone. I never thought that I would get 100 subscribers to this channel, but to get 1,000 subscribers is truly amazing, and a massive thank you from me to all of you for subscribing, liking, commenting, for all the feedback I get on the channel. It's absolutely amazing. But more importantly than this, all of the main analytics for the channel have gone up. When you reach 1,000 subscribers, you get access to a little bit more than you normally would on a channel. And I'm able to see in depth now how many subscribers. This month 82 I've increased by. My total watch time is up by 1,500 hours, which is a phenomenal amount, and in terms of views, over 11,000 in the last 28 days. Now, when you reach 1,000, you also get the opportunity to start earning money from your YouTube channel. Usually it comes in the form of clicks or views and the adverts that you get on them, but it also allows you to register for Google's AdSense, where you can generate more income. You can of course become affiliate partners with people like Amazon and other companies, and in fact this month I've had an email from Temu asking me if I want to be an affiliate and work with them. To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure about that from my recent experiences with Wish and Temu, but in terms of growth, the channel has been amazing this month, and Google are very keen, I said all those verys on purpose, for you not to reveal how much money that you actually earn from your YouTube channel. But for me, I'm very open, very honest, and the total amount of money that I've generated this month from all of the sales is just under £20. But no one does this for the money, do they? At the end of the day, the YouTube channel is there for you, the viewers, and I can't thank you again for the massive amount of support that you've given me. So a fantastic month of growth for the Garage Workshop. Let's move on to some of the channels that I've been watching this month. Now, there are 4 channels that I've started watching this month which are new to me. Some of them, as I've mentioned in previous blogs, I'm very much late to the party, and Heisz definitely falls into that category. If you have not seen his channel, I Build It, I cannot recommend it highly enough. But a little bit of a warning, when you watch it, it does make you feel completely insignificant and skillless as a woodworker, because the things that John makes are absolutely world class, and I mean world class. If you haven't had an opportunity to look at his channel, please check it out, and a couple of videos that I would recommend to you are the one where he creates a device using cogs to put the bolt on and off when you're changing blades on your table saw. A table saw, by the way, which is made out of wood, which John made himself. That is an absolutely amazing video. One of my other favourite videos is when he makes a clamp. He makes his own clamps out of wood. Really good video. And the last video I watched is when he made a sort of floating island in his kitchen, all made completely out of wood. It's not just the fact that there's a high amount of quality to everything he does, which of course there is. It's the very simplistic way that he explains it. Now, I wouldn't even attempt to dream of making some of the things that John makes, but just as somebody who appreciates other woodworkers and somebody who enjoys woodworking, it is quite amazing to sit down and watch a very skillful tradesman at work. I cannot recommend this channel highly enough. Heisz, Build It, link in the description. The second channel I found completely by accident, and the reason that I like this channel in particular is it's all based around Japan. It's called Shoyan, Japanese Carpenter, and it's the father and son sort of collaboration, but the buildings that these guys put together, they're just incredible. Obviously they do things in a very, very different way in Japan, and when you watch the videos you'll see that, but just the skilled craftsmanship, and a lot of these things have obviously been passed down from generation to generation. You can find yourself half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour just watching some of these beautiful buildings and beautiful structures being made and put up by these two guys. Again, I can't recommend this channel highly enough, but be warned, it is a little bit addictive, particularly when you watch some of their larger builds where the videos are longer. Link in the description, but well worth a look if you're in the market for something new on YouTube. Third channel is an Australian channel. Now, I've got no idea how you pronounce this. I would pronounce it Dainer Made, but I know some people call it Dainer Made. But this is a really, really interesting channel. And the guy that runs it, he describes the channel. He says, this channel is not meant to be a how-to, but a more of how I, and that's the way I would describe the garage workshop, to be fair. In this video he tends to make a lot of really beautiful equipment, bits of furniture, tools, all different things, and the vast majority of them are all made from pallets or from pallet wood. And actually he runs a sort of successful side business from making things out of pallets and selling them on. It's not your typical bash things together out of pallets. It's not like that. It's a high amount of quality that goes into the products that he makes, and there's 3 or 4 videos that I've come back to 2 or 3 times to watch again. And apart from anything else, it's just nice to get to see a different side of woodworking. It's not all smooth timber and things like that. It's very agricultural, a lot of the stuff he makes, but again, well worth a view if you're interested. Link in the description. My last channel this week is Jay Bates, and again, this is a much larger channel. It's nearly 700,000 subscribers, and what I like about Jay's channel is there's a nice balance of sort of tutorials, reviews, time savers, little fix-it things that you can do in between. It's not just aimed at the massively experienced woodworker. There's a lot of things on here for woodworkers that are much like myself, that are inexperienced or haven't had a lot of opportunity to use bigger machinery and make bigger projects, which at the moment in the garage workshop we haven't made that many big projects. But it is a really, really nice video. There's about 450 odd videos on there, and I haven't watched all of them. I've dipped in and out, but some of them I thought have been really, really good. So I highly recommend Jay Bates' channel. Again, link in the description. So as you'll know, if you've seen my recent Wish and Temu series, it's been a busy time in the garage workshop for new tools, but I've picked up a couple of things this week which are things that I've been meaning to buy for a while, and I thought, oh, I must get that, or I must get that, and now I've got a little bit more time on my hands. I've had the opportunity to do them, and I also bought something from Temu which I want to show you because I think it's a really important thing that you have to bear in mind when you buy from these sites. So the first item that I bought is this. It's a wood marking knife. This is just an entry level one. I wouldn't say cheap because it wasn't cheap. I think it was $8.99 that I got from Amazon, and it's just a marking knife. Now, up until this point, if I wanted to mark anything, I tended to use a Stanley knife, which is fine to a certain point, but this doesn't have the control. It doesn't have the flexibility of a knife, and obviously it's not as sharp in as many different ways as this knife is. Now, I'm not recommending this one in particular. I will put a link in the description to it. This is just one that I picked up from Amazon that had really, really good reviews. In terms of the actual knife itself, it's got a nice wooden handle. It's very, very much pencil shaped, and it's got a flat-sided head on one side of the blade and almost like a sort of fountain pen nib on the other side, but it is incredibly sharp. The point at the end is very sharp, as you would expect, but the points down both sides are also really, really sharp. And as I said, I think I will put the price on the screen, but I want to say it was something like $7.99, $8.99, but just one of those things where I've thought for a long time, oh, you know, I need one of those, and I've never got round to getting it, but I did this month. So that is the first item the marking knife. The second item that I bought this month is this. It's a cabinet scraper. Now, this is made by Owen. Again, I'll put a link in the description. This again came from Amazon. And the reason why I bought it was, quite often when I have glue spill out, I spend quite a long time trying to wipe it all down. But if it does dry and the glue is there, I often don't know the best way of getting it out. I tend to use, you know, like a wallpaper type scraper, but actually a cabinet scraper is designed really for that role. It is designed to take wood off, and I know that a lot of woodworkers on YouTube use these rather than planes to smooth edges and stuff, but for me this is really going to be about getting the glue spill out, or if I do have to just level something off. It's very, very quick and easy to do. This is a 125 mil or a 5-inch scraper, and again I picked it up on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. I want to say it was something like £4 or £5. It wasn't very expensive, but just something that's really handy to have around the garage workshop. So that's the second tool that I've got this month. Okay, so as I said earlier on in the video, I bought something off Temu, and it is this, an Alloy Lab jack stand table lift. Now, I looked at all of the pictures and I just wanted this for an upcoming project, and when I looked at it I thought, oh, that's absolutely perfect for what I need. Now, very important, I didn't look at this page in enough detail. When it came, I think it's fair to say I was massively underwhelmed. It came in a freezer bag, which is the first thing, and I know, you know, a lot of places on Wish and Temu, I know they're independent sellers based in China, but I didn't expect to get it in just a common or garden freezer bag. That was the first thing, and the second thing is it's absolutely tiny. Had I looked at it properly, I would have seen it was 9 by 9 by 9. And don't get me wrong, I mean, it works. Well, it sort of works when it feels like it. It does what it's supposed to do. It's very, very basic, but it's very small. So my own fault, I get that, but just a reminder really about why you have to be very, very careful when you buy things on places like Wish, Temu, Alibaba and that sort of stuff. I will of course use this for some project in the workshop, but not really what I was expecting. So again, just be careful when you're buying stuff online. So this week in the Parkside middle of Lidl range, we have got the biggest selection of what I would class as Parkside's best tools that I can remember since I've been woodworking. There are a number of really good tools coming out on Sunday, which if you're watching this video before, it's Sunday the 30th of July. Pretty much some of their best tools they've ever made, in my opinion, are in them. So I just wanted to draw your attention to a few of them, ones that I've had the experience of using, and I'm going to throw in a little curveball in there because Lidl are bringing out a tool that I've wanted for a long, long time. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to afford to buy it when it's here this week because I've just bought a massive other tool, which is going to be an upcoming 10-minute tool review. But the first one is this. It's the Parkside multi-purpose tool. And so for me, this tool is equal to a much more expensive branded tool. This Parkside multi-purpose tool, as you can see on there, it's $19.99, is absolutely brilliant. It is probably the Parkside tool that I've used the most. You've probably seen it in some of my videos, certainly my earlier videos. It's absolutely rock solid. It's really, really well made, brilliantly well made. In fact, it's not cheap, it's not nasty. The body is all proper rubber. It's a really, really lovely die cast. I think it's alloy head. It's certainly not aluminium because the whole tool itself weighs quite a lot, but it is a brilliant tool. It comes with a set of different multi-tool blades, which I will show you there, many of which I've still got. It comes with also It also comes with a sort of hose dust extraction to help. It's got absolutely everything, this tool, and it's only £19.99, which I think is brilliant. But you do need to bear something in mind. If you are going to buy this tool and pay £19.99 for it, you do already need to have some of the Parkside battery. It takes the triangular batteries that look like this. It takes these 12 volt triangular batteries that go in it. They're also on sale this month, but if I could recommend a Parkside tool, this would be the one. I think it's an absolutely brilliant tool, well worth the money. It's even worth the money if you have to add in the cost of the battery and the battery charger, which, as I said, are also on. But if you've got a Lidl card, a Lidl Plus, if you've got a Lidl Plus member, they're doing, I think it's 20% off this weekend. If you buy a battery or a battery charger or a combination, you get 20% off if you use your Lidl Plus card, which is free to have. And if you're going to buy a lot of tools from Lidl, I'd highly recommend getting that little Lidl Plus card, because once you reach, I think when you spend £200 in a month, you get £10 off, so it is worth having. But well worth it. Cannot recommend this highly enough. So that's my first recommendation, the multi-purpose tool. My second recommendation this week is this, which is the Parkside 12 volt cordless driver. Now, you will have seen this in nearly every Garage Workshop video I have made, and I have been asked about this in the comments in quite a few videos. This is a brilliant tool. It's not an impact driver, it's not a drill, it is literally a brilliant screwdriver. Now, it does say a drill on it, and you probably could drill with it, but to be honest with you, I've never done that, and that isn't what I would use it for. For what it is, it's very highly powered. It includes a light on the front. Again, it takes the whole range of Lidl Parkside batteries, both these ones and the ones where you've got the bigger, I think they're the 4 amp ones on the bottom, but a really nice piece of kit. And at £17.99, it is well worth it. If you just want to invest in a really good sort of drill screwdriver, cannot recommend it highly enough. Just one interesting thing, I bought this, I think it was probably about a year, maybe 18 months ago, and when I bought it last time it was £14.99, so it just shows you how much it has gone up in that time. And again, you will need the Parkside battery range to make it work, but again, this is my workhorse tool. I use this pretty much all the time. Every time I make a project, this gets used, and a brilliant tool it is. Well recommended for what I think is a very low price. The next recommendation is this, which is the Parkside 12 volt 4 amp hours battery. As I've just mentioned, the shape of this means that it fits all of the Parkside tool range, like so. A really good battery, super quick to charge, and holds its charge for a very long time. And when I was taking apart my chicken coop recently, which took a couple of hours, I used this and it was as good when I finished as when I started. Now, they're £22.99 each, which sounds like a lot, but if you think about it and compare it to the equivalent in a Makita, a DeWalt, a Milwaukee, if you compare it with one of those, it's actually really cost effective. And as I mentioned, if you've got a Lidl Plus card, you will get 20% off of that battery in this sale. So again, a really nice product. I can't recommend it highly enough. Just one note of caution: when you charge these, you do need to get the correct charger that goes with it. They don't come with the charger by default. You buy them like this. You can buy them with the charger and the battery, but they do get quite expensive then. But this battery on its own is £22.99, but just make sure if you are going to buy it that you've got the correct charger to charge it. Now, one of the tools that I've been looking to add to the Garage Workshop for a long time is an oscillating spindle sander, and this week Parkside have their version of that sander. Now, unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, because I bought something else this month, I won't be able to afford to buy this tool, but I really am interested in having a look at it and seeing what it's like. It's got a lot of the features that a lot of more expensive spindle sanders have got. It's got 5 different sanding sleeves that you can interchange, 500 watt motor, and although it's entry level, it's a spindle sander for for under £150, which for me is really good value for money. As I said, I haven't used it, but really interested to see what it's like. So I'll be taking a look when I go down to Lidl on Sunday to see exactly what it's like. But every now and then Parkside just throws something at you. I've never seen an oscillating spindle belt sander before, so I think it's a new product. If it isn't, it's definitely one I've missed, but that might be worth checking out if you're in there buying one of the other little bargains. My last recommendation this month, again, I like to do this in every one of my Parkside tool looks, is some polishing and sanding accessories. Now these are a mixture. There's some sanding discs, there's cleaning brushes, things that you would use around the workshop. They're priced at £3.99 each, and again, when you go in, it'll just be a case of looking through and picking which one you want. I've always had really good experiences with Parkside accessories like that. These ones are specifically designed to fit an electric drill, so very common everyday thing, but at £3.99 each, they're definitely going to be worth a look if you're in there looking at the other tools. So as with all Parkside products, I always find them to be really quite good quality, particularly for the price point. If you want something that's going to last forever, you're not going to pay £3.99 for it, but definitely worth a look if you're in there. But certainly will be worth a look if you're in there looking at other things. So July has been a very busy month in the garage workshop, as you can see, and I'm actually in the middle of filming a 10-minute tool review for a brand new tool. It's actually behind where you are at the moment, and that will be out within the next couple of weeks. But I've finally taken the plunge and bought a tool that I've been wanting to have in the garage workshop for a long time. If this is your first time at the garage workshop, thank you so much for watching. Please can I ask you to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell, all those things that the YouTube algorithm loves. If you are a regular viewer, thank you so much. I hope you found this month's update useful, and don't forget, check out some of those Parkside bargains, and also don't forget to like and comment. I'll catch you on next week's edition of the Garage Workshop. Take care, fellow woodworkers.